Wanted the commissioner? You've got... It's about time. I demand to be released. You've got nothing on me.
No?
Check your own records. I was here the night that woman was murdered.
Oh, no. Nice try. That's what you'd like us to think, isn't it, eh? And it would have worked if we hadn't found the guy who pretended to be you.
What are you talking about?
Well, stop wasting my time and yours. We know the whole story.
Oh, then explain it to me. I'm fascinated.
You weren't in the drunk tank the night Susan Baldwin was murdered?
Of course I was.
We found your buddy in the woods, dead. Been there several days.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I think you know. The guy who pretended to be you. The guy who was actually in jail the night you were out busily killing Susan.
I'm dying to see you try to prove this inane fabrication.
You won't have long to wait.
That's right, you can't. You have no way of proving that I wasn't in jail that night. Know why? You never fingerprinted me.
I'm afraid he's right. We don't print the guys who sleep it off in the drunk tank.
Bet you will from now on.
But there's no doubt he's the real Tolliver. We just can't prove that he wasn't here the night of the murder.
That's it in a nutshell, Commissioner. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Not so fast. I think there is a way to prove this. Bring in that desk, Sergeant. And you sit down.
Awful. Well, you can't imagine, Jessie. I mean, we were all sitting around having a good time, and suddenly this thug appeared. Well, I thought Claudia was going to faint dead away, and then Leslie just got furious.
Well, I don't blame her. I mean, what a time for him to burst in during Claudia's wedding shower.
I'm just glad Rick wasn't there. I mean, it might have been a brawl otherwise.
Poor Claudia.
Oh.
Here you go.
Oh, who are these for?
Looks like half the hospital.
There's one for you.
There is. I wonder what it can be.
I don't know, one for me. Stephen Audrey. Dan Rooney. What?
Well, we can't all have been laid off.
Let's find out.
Good grief.
Are you reading what I'm reading?
Well, unless we're both imagining the same thing, the Quartermaines are going to have a party.
Why would they have a party now?
Who knows? Who could possibly tell why they would be doing this? Honestly.
You got one, too.
Quite a shock, huh?
I would say so. Then you didn't know anything about it either.
I was just going to ask you.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Maybe it's a joke.
I was thinking the very same thing.
No, I do not think so.
No, I do not think so either. I don't think the Quartermaines are quite in a joking mood.
Why in heaven's name are they giving a party?
Because it's just strange.
Strange, however, but what else would the Quartermaines do?
Well, you know, it's a shame that Audrey is visiting Jeremy, and Aunt, she's going to miss the social event of the season.
Well, the disaster of the year.
Good morning, staff. Having an impromptu conference?
No, we're having a discussion.
Oh, what is this?
That's the topic for today.
Care to give me a hint?
How do you feel about parties?
Isn't that great?
Terrific.
Now, see one. I can hardly wait. The party could hardly have come at a better time.
Well, we're just lucky, I guess.
Boy, it's going to be quite a night.
Well, my dears, if you'll excuse me, I'm rather tired after all this excitement. I think I'll go upstairs and rest.
Well, I'll help you up.
Oh,
I just wanted you all to hear the good news.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
One question. Why us?
Come on, what else can go wrong?
Oh, please don't say that, Monica. Every time you do, something else goes wrong.
Man, I can't believe this. I mean, on top of everything else, dear Cousin Herbert's granddaughter's come to spy on us.
The last person in the world we would invite here.
Aside from Cousin Herbert.
Well, I suppose things could be worse. I just can't think of what they could be.
We're not finished yet.
Oh, I love a man who doesn't know when he's down.
We'll just have to keep an even tighter lid on things, that's all.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Lee's the one we're going to have to keep the wraps on.
No problem. I mean, it's his party.
That's right. We just keep him away from Celia at the party. That's it.
Question. What happens after Jimmy Lee has his party? I mean, why doesn't he just go ahead and tell all?
Oh, no. He wouldn't do that. He's a man of his word. Where the hell in this family he gets that from, I don't know.
What about Tolliver?
We don't know the man.
Who?
The name means absolutely nothing to us. We have to pretend that we haven't the slightest idea who he is.
Well, that should be easy enough. Fine. I think we ought to be leaving for the hospital.
I don't think I can set foot in there today.
Well, at least put in an appearance. Now more than ever, we have to show that we have absolutely nothing to hide.
Right.
Like hell we don't.
Step right in, Dave. Let you know the commissioner.
How have you been, sir?
Go ahead.
And the gentleman over here.
Well, let him tell us. Now, I want you to take a very good look at this man. Think very carefully before you answer, because it's most important. Is this the man who was in the drunk tank the night of the Susan Baldwin murder? And make certain before you answer. Is this the man who was in the jail on the night of the murder?
They look so much alike.
This
Oh,
is
shut up.
ridiculous.
Take your time.
Well, I thought the guy they found in the woods was the one. Now I'm not so sure.
You be sure. You be very sure. It's crucial. Is this the man who was in jail on the night of the murder?
I'm sorry.
What?
I just can't distinguish between the DOA and this guy.
That's not what I asked you.
I know, but you gotta understand that the body is completely different.
Well, what are you saying?
Well, now that I see this guy, he looks like the drunk. Only the rummy was wearing a tweed coat.
You sure?
As sure as I can be.
That tweed coat is right in the hotel room. You can see for yourself.
We will.
Thank you, sir. You're an honest cop.
Yeah, you can go now, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Some proof.
Well, score one for you.
One's all I need. Now can I go?
Not just yet.
Well, what do I have to do?
Humor me. Answer a few questions.
Oh, what's the point? You know I couldn't have committed that murder. One of your own men is my witness.
In that case, why the aliases? If you've got nothing to hide, what are you running around calling yourself Calvin Brown for?
I've got a record.
Does that make you special?
Ever try to find work when after you've done time? Employers aren't too fond of hiring ex-cons, especially when they're one like me, just out of jail. No, Crane Tolliver was drunk and disorderly. Calvin Brown is a model citizen.
Sure, this man has all the answers.
Yeah, too many if you ask me.
A Pat story always bothered me.
Tell me about the construction company.
Oh, what do you want to know about it? What we build, what we charge, what materials we use?
Let's start with how long you've worked there.
Oh, a few weeks.
Before that?
This and that.
Suddenly, all the specifics seem to dry up, don't they?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Why did you decide to settle here?
The work, you wouldn't know, Commissioner, but there's a depression on. Unemployment everywhere. There are a lot of guys, especially older ones like me, who are finding it tough making a living, making ends meet.
You're breaking my heart.
It's true.
Maybe. But looking for the work wasn't the reason you came to Port Charles. You came here to blackmail the Quartermaines, didn't you?
Who?
Come on, lock him up. And listen, see if you can see if that coat's there, will you?
What?
Yeah, maybe a few hours in the slammer will refresh your memory. And while you're thinking up more cute answers, I'm going over to that construction site. I think there's a few more answers to be learned over there.
Come on.
Listen, I got, before I forget, I got something for you.
What's that? Write me a love letter?
An invitation
Invitation?
to a party.
All right, the party, thanks. It's cool.
You think you'll make it?
I know I'll make it. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Okay, good. Listen, do me a favor. Watch over this place. I gotta go out and check the lumber shipment.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. The party.
Main desk, Miss Vining.
Well, you're even starting to sound like a real nurse, Amy. That's nice.
What do you want, Paris?
I want Leslie.
Not around.
How about Rick?
Gone to the clinic.
Well, listen, why don't you give a message for me, will you?
I probably won't, but tell me anyway.
Why don't you tell him I'm invited to the Quartermaine party? I just got my invitation. What? I knew you'd get a kick out of it, Amy.